The call for a new queen had dire consequences for those of us in the empire who were young and unmarried. King Ahasuerus was in search for the fairest of maidens to be his new queen. He appointed officials to retrieve every young, beautiful virgin throughout the entire 127 provinces of the realm. Not one portion of the land was left unsifted, and not one damsel could be concealed or could escape this fate. From the largest of cities to the smallest of villages, our daughters were seized and stripped from their homes and thrown into the house of women in Shushan, the palace. As the search began, blood-curdling screams and heart-wrenching cries from our loveliest and purest young ladies resounded in the wind and reverberated throughout the land. Fathers and mothers, brothers and aunts plummeted to the ground, weeping and wailing for mercy. Like Raquel weeping for her children, our people refused to be comforted because they stole our daughters and never were to be seen again. These innocent maids were being taken as a dreadful deportation. But this deportation was not like the ghastly enslavement that my people had experienced years ago from coming to this land, whereby they were bound by chains and subjugated with whips. No, this exile disguised itself with caravans of silks and dromedaries of silver and gold. Then, finally, time came for them to take me. The outcome was inevitable, but still my cousin pleaded for mercy.
No, take me.
He even offered to give him everything that we own.
You have my house, take me.
And promised that he would work for them for the rest of his life. He even offered to interpret the sacred writings if only they would not take me to the house of women. My captors seemed pretty intrigued by this proposition and had seemingly almost persuaded by this proposition. When word came from the high official that broke the silence and crushed any hopes of a compromise,
that one,
he barked,
the king shall have that one.
Those words pierced my very soul and I plunged to my knees. My ears rang so loudly that no other voice could penetrate it. In that moment, I gazed unto Hashem, looking for solace. I knew that my life will never be the same again. Then suddenly, the cries of my cousin began pleading.
No! No! I will pay you 5 shekels of silver. 5 shekels. If you will just allow me to place a special bracha upon her from our God.
This reverent hush seemed to make the chaos still. And suddenly, it was as if time itself stopped. A heavenly pause was granted, and divine providence arranged that a bracha would be prayed over me. My cousin hastened as he girded himself with his talit. He lifted up its corners as was his custom and kissed his talit. His talit was so precious to him because it represented God's commandments. As he stretched out his hand over me to pray, I could smell the tefillin, the leather that was wrapped around his forearms and fingers. Before he pronounced the bracha, I could hear his voice yet strong and gentle as he cracked while petitioning Shamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe.
You have entrusted your daughter Hadassah into my care. Just as Joseph, our ancestor, through Rachel, our mother, was taken down into Mitzrayim and emerged into greatness, bring forth my daughter into her destiny for such a time as this.